Welcome to your channel. Today I'm going to show my resurrection eggs. We have stickers, we have a storybook, and we have some eggs.
These eggs are awesome for kids, for them to learn about the story of Easter and Jesus' journey to the cross and his resurrection. Look at these beautiful eggs. They're so colorful. It comes with this beautifully illustrated bilingual storybook, English and Spanish.
Let's open the eggs one by one. First, let's start the blue egg. It's a donkey! Yay!
In Jesus' day, most people walked everywhere. Sometimes kings rode on donkeys or horses when they entered a city. The people would stop what they are doing and watch as the king rode by. On the day that Jesus rode into their city, the people were thrilled to see him. They believed that he was their new king who had come to save them and to fill their lives with joy.
Now it's time for the pink egg. It's silver coins.
Not everyone was happy to have Jesus as his king. Some people only pretended to be happy, but on the inside, they really didn't want anything to do with him. One of those pretenders was a man named Judas. Some other men hated Jesus so much that they wanted to kill him, but they needed the help of someone who could get them close to Jesus. Because Judas was a pretender and because he was greedy for money, he told these men that he would help them capture Jesus if they would pay him 30 silver coins.
Purple egg. It's a cup.
Jesus had a special dinner with his 12 disciples who traveled with him and learned from him. During the meal, Jesus stood up and held out a cup and gave everyone a drink. Then he said something that was hard for them to understand. He said that the wine in the cup was his blood. He didn't mean that they would actually be drinking blood, but that the wine was a symbol of his blood. He wanted them to remember this special night and the covenant he was making to them and to all people.
Let's see what's in the orange egg. Radiant.
After dinner with his disciples, Jesus took them to a garden. He asked them to pray while he went to another place in the garden to talk to God alone. He began to be sad and to dread what he knew was going to happen soon. He was going to die.
Let's see what's in the green egg. It's a whip.
When Jesus finished praying in the garden, the men who wanted to kill him took him as their prisoner. Then they brought Jesus to Pilate, their ruler, and he had Jesus whipped. The whip used was long and hard, and it hurt Jesus so much that he bled.
Let's see what's in the yellow egg. It's a rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Just the evening before, when Peter had promised to be loyal, Jesus told him that he would indeed deny knowing him, not just once or even twice, but 3 times. And in fact, it happened just as Jesus said it would. The rooster was still crowing when Peter remembered what Jesus had said. Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. Peter was so ashamed that he ran away and cried.
Let's see what's in the light orange egg.
Crown of thorns.
Crown of thorns.
After Jesus had been whipped, the soldiers took branches with thorns, twisted them into the shape of a crown, and shoved it down on Jesus' head.
Let's see what's in the green egg. It's a nail.
The soldiers took Jesus to the top of a hill outside the city. Then, using nails much larger than this, they nailed him to a rough wooden cross. He died a few hours later.
Let's see what's in the purple egg.
2 robbers were crucified with Jesus, one on each side of him. When the soldiers came to check the 3 men on the crosses, Jesus had already died. Just to make sure, one of the soldiers stabbed Jesus in the side with a spear.
Light blue egg. I mean the cyan egg. It's a napkin.
It's a cloth,
It's a
white cloth.
white cloth.
After Jesus died, Joseph wrapped the body of Jesus in cloth and buried him in a tomb cut out of rock like a shallow cave. Joseph then went away sad because Jesus was dead, and he wondered what would happen next.
Let's see what's in the pink egg. It's a stone.
After Jesus was buried, special soldiers were assigned to stand guard at the tomb. But these men were not much for God's angel. It took just one angel to roll the stone away. The guards were so afraid that they fainted.
Let's see what's in the white egg. It's empty.
When 2 women came to the tomb of Jesus, they were surprised too. The heavy stone was rolled aside and the tomb was empty. Jesus' body was not there. The angel told them, "He has risen." Jesus had come back to life. This was the promise that Jesus made to his disciples at their special dinner just a few days before, that he would die but come back to life to show those who believe in him that they would live forever too. Someday, because he died for us, we can meet him and thank him in heaven. That's the story of Easter, and it's true.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.